Hey DIYers, George here from Alarm Grid. Today I'm going to be going over which keypads work with your new 2GIG Edge security system. Right now there are only two options available if you guys are looking to add secondary keypads to your existing 2GIG system. You have the 2GIG Edge Remote Keypad, which is specifically made to work with the 2GIG Edge system. It pretty much emulates what's exactly on the 2GIG Edge security system. It'll allow you to arm and disarm, allow you to control devices. It will allow you to look at the live video cameras if you guys have alarm.com cameras and have enabled them to stream to the panel. The other cool thing about the keypad, the 2GIG Edge Remote Keypad, is that it also pairs through a Wi-Fi network, so it offers a lot more range. So if you guys have Wi-Fi access points set up around the house, you can possibly get a keypad further out than if you were to use this one here, which I'm going to show you guys today how to program in. It's called the 2GIG PAD1-345. You can get this keypad if you just need a simple arming station, somewhere that you can arm and disarm from. You can hit panics. They have a police and a fire panic, and they have quick stay and away buttons that you can just press. It'll automatically arm the system, and you guys can go on about your day and leave the house. Now, this here does not pair through Wi-Fi. It actually has an RF range. It's rated for 350 feet line of sight. We normally like to tell people, if you're getting this, to think about 100 feet, because it has to go through construction, it has to go through material, maybe multiple floors. We don't know, everyone's house is different or business is different. So if you guys are doing this, just make sure it's within 300 feet line of sight, taking into consideration that there's obstacles that may decrease the RF range. Now, this keypad here actually pairs to a GC2, a GC3, a GC2e, a GC3e, and to the 2GIG Edge security system. So again, this is a very good, affordable option if you're just looking for a quick arming station. And I'm going to show you guys really fast how to actually program this into your system. And we'll also make another video on how to program in the 2GIG Edge Remote Keypad. So make sure you look out for that as well. So the first thing we're going to do, for this keypad here, we need to be able to go into programming mode and program in a keypad. So you're going to need your installer code. So if you guys are DIYers, you make sure you have the installer code. It's one of the most important codes you have, so you can go in and add devices on your own without needing somebody to come out and do it for you. So the default installer code for pretty much every 2GIG system is 1561, unless you or your company have changed it. So I'm going to hit the little gear icon on the bottom right hand corner. Gear. I'm going to enter in my installer code 1561. From there, I'm scrolling down and I'm going to go to Installer Toolbox. After I go to Installer Toolbox, I want to go into Panel Programming. And what are we doing? We're learning in a keypad. So you have 8 keypad slots. You can actually mix and match between both kinds of keypads as long as you stay within that 8 limit range. So you can have 2 of these, 6 of the remote Edge keypads. You can have a total of 8, and you can mix and match. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, I have no keypad learned in right now, so I'm just going to start at keypad number 1, and I'm going to hit Edit. After I hit Edit, I want to make sure the keypad used, I want to enable it. I want to go to Equipment Code. It's asking me if it's an Edge Remote Keypad. It is not. I'm going to switch that to PAD1-345. After I do that, the device ID. This is the serial number of the device itself. Now, there's 2 things you can do. You can either open the pad up. There's these 2 little tabs up here on top of the keypad that you can push in. So let me just get this open for this real quick. Pop one side out, pop the other side out. And there's a little sticker on the inside that has the TX ID, which is what the panel is asking for. If you don't want to manually enter it in, you can also just hit the Learn button. As long as you have batteries in your keypad, you can go ahead and press any of the buttons. I'll do Arm Stay, and it'll pretty much send out a signal. The panel will receive it. And right now it says TX ID received 0584625. I'm going to look at the back of my keypad, and I see 0584625. It matches, so I know that the signal it received was pertaining to this device here. So I'm going to hit Accept. Smart areas. Well, If you don't know what a smart area is, if you're familiar with Honeywell systems, a smart area is technically what they call a partition. It's a different area in the house that you can arm and disarm independently from the rest of the house. So if you have, let's say, a lot of us are working from home nowadays. If you have an office that you want to set as a partition and you want to keep the office armed throughout the night, throughout the day, if you're gone, you don't want anybody going in there, you can set your office as a partition and leave the rest of the house disarmed. So you can independently control areas. I don't have any partitions on mine, so I'm just going to leave it as Smart Area 1, which is my main system. The emergency keys, you can enable or disable them. All right, those are the fire and police. So if you're being monitored by a central station and you want to have access to be able to set off an emergency signal from these two buttons, you want to make sure you enable that. The voice descriptor, it's a keypad. It's not a sensor that's being open or closed, so I don't know if I would want to enable a voice descriptor for my keypad. If you want to play around with it, you can. You necessarily don't have to. After you have all of this completed, if you have another keypad, you can just hit next keypad and go in and add another one, but I'm done with this one. So I'm just going to back out to my main screen, hitting the back arrow key repeatedly. System disarmed. So after you guys have finished programming your keypad in, you're going to go ahead and back out all the way to the main screen. What we want to do now is test it to make sure that it's actually working. So after every button press, there's this little LED light here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to catch that on the camera, but it lights up anytime you do a button press. So it's very important that you do very slow button presses. You make sure the LED light turns on every single time you press a button. If it doesn't, then the code will not go through, and I'll show you guys an example right now. So if I do arm stay, and my master code right now is 1111, so it would be very easy for me to just go 1111. But because I do it so fast, the keypad doesn't read it. So you have to make sure you kind of do it like with a tempo, and you make sure the LED lights up every single button press. So I'm going to do 1, light up, 1, lights up, 1, lights up, 1, lights up. Signal went through, it disarmed the system, it was able to read it. All right, you can also do the arm away, same function. You hit arm away, the light goes on, you're going to enter in your code, 1, 1, 1, 1, disarms. Right, these panic buttons will work if you guys are being monitored. So if you guys are being monitored and you guys hit a panic, police or fire, it'll send an emergency signal to your central station and they'll then dispatch the authorities. If I hit the police panic, remember these are panic buttons, so they have to be pressed and held. So I'm going to hit police and I'm going to hold on to it for 2 seconds or 3. I get the police panic. I'm going to disarm it from my keypad. 1, 1, 1, 1. You see the main panel says alarm report is already being transmitted. You can just hit OK, clear the alarm history. Your system goes back into a normal state. You can do the same thing with a fire. It'll cause a fire panic. And then, yeah, so as you see though, the only clear indication that your button presses are being read on this keypad is by using the LED light in the top left corner. So you have to make sure every button press you see that LED light. You get no indication on this keypad whether or not the system has actually read it, which is why the 2GIG Edge Remote Keypad would be a better keypad, just because it emulates exactly what the main screen is doing. So you pretty much see everything that's happening live. And yeah, so those are the two keypads that will work with the system. You got the PAD1-345, and make sure you keep an eye out for our video on the 2GIG Edge Remote Keypad, as we'll show you guys some more in-depth features that you can do with it. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please send us an email to support@alarmgrid.com. If you found the video helpful, make sure you hit like underneath, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the little bell icon so whenever we upload new content, you guys get notified. I'm George, and I'll see you guys next time.